some kits and some builds I've done. Cause model building is supposed to be fun. So push play and away we go. It's time for the Glue Bomb Show. Yeah, it's time for the Glue Bomb Show. Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Hey everybody, Dave Weiss here for the Glue Bomb Show. I want to give you my update today on my Bumble Bee from Transformers, and this is a Flame kit, the company Flame. Now, in order to start building this, when I look at this box, I see something very similar to the Bandai Gundams, right? And so I figured, well, this is going to go together like a Bandai Gundam, all right? And so what I did, before I even started building, I know I want to weather this. I know I want to do that kind of thing. So I decided I was going to spray lacquers on all these parts in advance so that I could assemble them and have them fairly tightly put together, and then I can just go in and do the weathering. And on a Bandai Gundam, that usually works because Bandai's things are super tight. They fit together super well. This one from Flame, first of all, Flame is not the same, okay? Now, let me stress this. This is not a bad kit. The fit on this is pretty nice. Overall, it works pretty well. It's just not quite as tight as the Bandai stuff. There were a couple things where I needed to put a little bit of putty on, a couple places where I needed to add a little bit of glue. Normally, you don't have to glue these things, but overall, it's not bad. It's a pretty good kit. So I want to show you today, it's not done. To me, it looks like a plastic toy, which is good because that's what it is. But I don't want it to look like a plastic toy. I want it to look like this, right? So I'm going to be doing a lot of extra paint effects and weathering effects anyway. And so I'm just looking forward to seeing how well I can get it done. This is the Random Weirdness Group Build. So you're expecting weird. And I will admit this year I didn't have a really weird kit. And I didn't want to add a whole lot of kits to my stash. And so I had this one in, and it's kind of weird. So I thought, well, I'll go with this for the Random Weirdness Group Build. By the way, I've seen a couple of the videos you guys are putting out on your entries, and they look really good. So I'm really grateful for you guys for participating. So, again, this is the Random Weirdness Group Build. And so this piece doesn't show up on here. And I don't think it's going to show up on my final kit either, but I am going to paint it and weather it. I'll probably put it on for a couple photos, but I'm pretty sure I'm not going to display it with this because to me, this is just a little bit too weird. This is the jetpack. This is supposed to mount on his back and he can use it to fly. I don't recall seeing this in any of the movies or anything, so I'm not sure why they put this on other than just for a couple extra things you can do. But it kind of makes no sense to me to have a jetpack with a helicopter blade, unless maybe this is for to get him off the ground, and then this is to make him go this way. I don't know. Okay, I don't know. But I build it because it's part of the kit, and I just wanted to kind of see how it goes together. Now, I said I painted these parts in advance. The thing you need to know is they're already molded in like 4 colors, I think. And so you really wouldn't have to paint it, but if you don't want it to look like a plastic toy, if you want it to look like a battle robot, you're going to have to put some paint on it just to kind of make it work. Here's the body. You can see him. There's his head. And he's got the car. I thought he was either a Camaro or a VW Bug. I'm not sure what this is, but it's okay. And it's possible they couldn't get the license for that for this kit. I don't know. But you can see if you look closely, the body's got some seams that are going to need to be plugged. I already did them on the sides of the body. Again, I really wouldn't have had to do this, but I do want to try to make it as clean as possible. So that's what we got. That's the body. And then we also have his arms. You see there's a wheel on the shoulder. And now I'm going to turn it so you can see how the hand is mounted up. This is a grasping hand or a fist, and this is the open hand. Now, you have two of each of these, so you can either do it all open-handed, all closed-handed, or what I did, which is one of each. Because I want it to look like it does on the box art, because I think the box art is cool. And so I decided I wanted to build it this way. So it also gives you two weapons. It gives you this, and it gives you this gun, right? Here's the small issue. It's just a small issue, but it tells you to build this early on. I think it's the second stage of building behind the body. And as you can see, that fist there is open to receive something. However, you'll also see this ain't going to make it in. And so by the time you get to the very end where you're assembling these things, it shows you building this hand around this. Okay? That doesn't work so well because now I've got to pull this out, which again, it's not glued together. It's snap fit, so it shouldn't be too bad, but I'm afraid I'm going to break this hand to put the hammer in it, so I'm not sure what to do there. Here's my advice. Build the hammer first, finish it, paint it, decorate it, make it the way you want it, then build this hand around it, or weather the hand parts, build it around it, and then when you're ready to assemble the whole thing, pop the hand into here, and you should be fine. Because like I say, these are really jointed, they're posable, you know, you can do quite a bit of things with these, and it's just, it's a nice little kit. The last thing I need to show you is the legs. Again, the legs are really, really kind of nice. Now, I need to tell you, watch the directions closely. If I had one complaint about the directions, it is this. If you look at this, you see those black parts? There are protrusions and things on the black parts that need to go a certain way. However, in these illustrations, you cannot see that. So you need to be very careful how you put some of this stuff together. Because if you don't, you're going to end up putting things together backwards. The legs, for example. I really thought I had these legs backwards because of the way they bend. They do have a little detail shot in here that you can see. It only really works the one way. So, what am I telling you with this? Be careful how you put it together, right? Because otherwise you're going to end up with something going backwards and it won't work right. One last thing. And I know probably 85% of you already figured this out. However, for anybody who is thinking this is going to be a transformer, it's not. It does not transform. It's posable, it's mobile, you can do different poses and things with it. Like you really needed me to do that to show you what posable means, I'm sorry. But in general, you know, you're not going to fold this thing into a car. It's made to be a display piece. You're supposed to put it on a shelf and admire how good it looks. And to be honest with you folks, I think this one's going to look really good when it's done. The only reason I didn't fully assemble it just so you could see it was because I knew I was going to have to take all those arms and legs and stuff apart again so that I could do all the detailing. And that's what's coming next, detailing and weathering. So hopefully by the time I'm done with this, I'll have a pretty good looking kit. It's probably not going to look as good as that amazing box art, but I'm hoping that's what I'm going to get close to. Oh, one last thing. This kit does not come with decals. It comes with stickers. I'm not going to use most of them. The one that I am going to use is there's a little Transformers logo that's going to go right in the middle of that roof. But I'm going to wait to do that until last because what I don't want is to put my washes and things on here and end up with a line around that logo from where the paint rested against the sticker. So I've got a bit of work to do left on this guy, but you can see he came together fairly well. This is a good kit. Like I say, it's not quite as clean as the Bandai kits are, at least in my opinion, but it goes together pretty well. It's a pretty nice kit, and I'm looking forward to seeing how well I can weather it now. And I'll share that with you in the final review. But anyway, thanks again for participating in the Random Weirdness Group Build. If you're not in it yet, you still have time. It ends the beginning of June. So as I'm recording this, it's April 16th, so you have some time. Anyway, that's what I got for you. Take care. Remember, model building's supposed to be fun. This one can be fun.